farmers, welcome back to Goldcrest Valley where the rain is falling, but the money is going on up because I've been selling all the silage. I got the last load ready to go here. The chaff that spilt over, not too much, 222 liters from both ends. I picked it on up, and I'm just going to go ahead and return it with the belt system because, actually, you know what? Can I unload? I should be able to unload in here, actually. Hang on a second. Can you... No, you can't unload in here? You can't auto unload... Oh, there we go. So it's got to be left control I, not right control I. Okay. Well, we got 220 liters of chaff going into our silo bunker. Don't go into my trailer. Don't go to my trailer. All right, we're good. There we go. That's a huge pile. Anyways, let's go in here to lease items, belt system. Let's go ahead and return that. There we go. And let's go sell our last load of silage. So it was 48,285 liters of silage that we were selling in total, which, as you can see, is going to get us pretty close back up to $440,000 in the bank account. Also, this morning, before the rain hit, I finished off weeding the rest of the field. So the double field, I guess I'll call it, I don't know what, double day field maybe? I don't know. That field down there, that's been weeded. And the two fields that we planted, the sorghum field and the soybean field, sorghum field was over there and the soybean field up by the cows. That's been weeded as well. So all the fields are taken care of except for the alfalfa, clover, grass fields. Those need to be fertilized. I'm probably going to do that in June, which we're going to go skip to here very shortly. Because I don't want to be out in the fields when it's raining out, especially spreading fertilizer. That's just going to clump on up and stick to the spreader. Not good for the spreader, not good for the field. It's not going to spread correctly. So we'll wait until June and do that. Also today, I think we're going to be replanting some trees. Not, we're going to use the same hand planter that we did on Solyndra. We're going to take our little shovel out and just plant around 20 trees so they can start growing on up. And maybe by the time winter gets here or fall gets here, we'll see some more colors. We're going to plant them around the farm. I think mostly up on the hill where I've been cutting down all the trees. So that'll take a little while because I don't think we're going to have anything to do in June for field work other than fertilizing. Harvest time won't really be here until July, I do believe. So, yeah, we got a month to get this little bit of work done. Last load going on in. Yeah, I had to, I'm glad I checked. I just had to exit the game and actually activate the mod to do the hand planting with a shovel. I spent about 5 minutes in the store construction page looking for the mod itself. I'm like, did I not activate it? Nope, I did not. So had to exit the game and reload, well, not reload, but activate the mod itself. So yeah, 441,460 is what we're up to. I just checked on the animals. I will have to go ahead and give sheep some water before we go to bed. But like always, we'll be checking our store page before we go to bed. There are a couple more new items in there. One, I believe, is a bale shredder and also a header trailer. So nothing that we're looking for. Something, I think it's already on the list. I may have mentioned it, but a forage harvester would be kind of nice to have. So we can start doing the grass field by cutting it that way. And that way I can, set the forage harvester off on a worker, and I can follow beside with this lovely machine right here. And it would save me a little bit of time. And moving forward, maybe a lot of time. I don't know. But really haven't used a forage harvester too much in FS22, a little bit on No Man's Land. But that's about it. Yeah, but last episode, we also got ourselves a planter, which I can't wait to use, but we won't be able to use it until next spring. Oh, and I did see a comment. Apparently, one of our viewers actually does work on that particular mod that we got. So that was kind of interesting. I think they said they do... I forgot what they said. I'll have to double check on that here in just a second. So a shout out to Duca. They do all custom modding's 3D modeling, and that planter is from one of their mod packs. So if I see any faults, you're to blame, I guess. Just kidding. Looks great, honestly. Let's go ahead and park our 8230 there. And with the lovely rain, yeah, I'm just going to pass through the rest of the day and then give the sheep some water. And I'll see you down here at our front door at 8 o'clock in the evening. We'll check the store page, sleep to the night, and in June, we will go ahead and fertilize some of the fields if it's not raining. And then we'll start planting about 20 trees. I will have to put down, though, the little hut for the shovel and everything else. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. And 8 o'clock is finally here. Looks like we got more rain in the forecast. That's wonderful. Let's go see anything new came up. Well, there's the header trailer I talked about. And a bale shredder. This machine takes straw bales and uses them to cover the ground of an animal husbandry with straw. Which I could use at the cow barn, but I can just throw the bales in there and they take it just fine that way. Well, let's hopefully that it just rains for the night and not in the morning. I did just top off the sheep with some water, so they should be good till morning. Looks like the sun was out, and now it's raining, but the forecast is showing cloudy, so I expect the rain to disappear here any second. Well, horses, no. No, thank you. I have no interest in horses anymore, not after Solyndra. So nothing in there that we need. Well, since it's raining, let's give the time for the rain to come to a halt. Let's go in here to construction. I just checked it. Is it under tools? Yes, it is. It's right here. So it's $3,400. You know, over by the greenhouse back here, it would probably look best. If I can remember that it's here. I think it fits in better here. Kind of get it squared up. There we go. And now what we're going to do is, of course, now we got to buy some saplings to plant. Pallets. And we got to buy these saplings right here. Let's see. What do we want here? Spruce pine, stone pine, birch, oak, willow, maple, American elm. Let's see. What does what I was in construct yeah. What does American elm look like? Large American elm. Those are some big trees. I like it. All right, let's buy some American elm trees. There'll be 20 of them. If I go this way, is it quicker? There we go. Let's go ahead and buy those. We'll need the Massey Ferguson for that. So it's going to be a Massey Ferguson type of day, which is up by the sheep. So I'm going to go up, top off the sheep with some water. Where is my fertilizer spreader? There it is. The 8230 is in the way. So let's move that over next to the 9RT. It's June, so I didn't check, but I don't think any of our fields should be ready for harvest. Let me come over to, yeah, we're at the right chart. So, I mean, it's nice dark green, grass fields, light green, semi-green. Yeah, nothing really ready to be harvested yet, which is to be expected. So I'm going to go up and give the sheep some water. We'll come on down, we'll grab the fertilizer spreader, which probably should top that off with fertilizer. And I'm going to wait for the rain to stop. And then with the pallet forks on the Massey Ferguson, we can bring the saplings on down. And I think we'll plant some of the trees up there. And maybe give the chickens some shade as well. Possibly. We'll see. The rain stopped and the sheep have their water. First step I need to do with the Massey Ferguson before I get called out on it is we're going to take the narrow tires off and put back on the wide tires with weights. So customize, and where are my wide tires? Did I get wide tires with weight or just weight? Yeah, wide tires with weights, Trelleborg. I usually go with the Michelin ones, so I didn't get it with the Michelin ones. No, apparently not. So back to Trelleborg. Wide tires with weight should be free of charge. Customize. Okay, let's put the front loader back on. And now let's back on up. Starting to accumulate a lot of equipment here, which is nice. It's almost like Christmas in here, though. A lot of red and green. Okay, with some orange mixed in. Just under 3,000 for some fertilizer. Let's go take care of the clover field first. Yeah, I gotta get some of this fertilizer out of here because the Massey Ferguson likes to do a wheelie a little bit when I got a full fertilizer spreader. A little bit of crop damage there. Went around the corner and yeah, the weight just got me. But that's fine. It's not going to hurt us too much. So yeah, these fields here will not take me too long to do. Then we got the grass fields to take care of. Quick and easy jobs. And I really should go ahead and narrow my working width a little bit. Try to save on the fertilizer. Well, it's not actually, you know, the fertilizer itself. It's money, right? That's what it comes down to. Alright, turn that off. Get the HUD back up so I can see what setting I'm on. There we go. Back to full. Take me just a second to get the alfalfa field done. The 6S is doing wheelies everywhere. Yeah, I should just buy a weight for it, but I'm being stubborn about it. I don't think one will ever come up for sale. I shouldn't say never. Eventually, it probably would. If we were here for 100 years, at some point, a weight would come up for sale, right? Wow, this alfalfa field, look how much fertilizer alfalfa takes. That's a lot. Well, one thing it will do is take some of the weight out of the back. Now it's on to the grass fields. One field small, one field large. You can see the cows are starting to slowly pile up the manure, which will someday bring on up to the BGA when we own it. And it might be in the fall, somewhere around September, October. We'll have to wait and see how things are looking. We'll need $250,000. And who knows, maybe if I have the money, I might just go ahead and buy both production buildings, which would be a total of $350,000. All depends on how we're doing on the money situation. Because a few other things, I mean, there's still a good amount of expensive things that we need. But I just got to remember, when I say expensive, I got to remember, I'm thinking when it's new and we're buying everything used. So it's usually half the price. But still, we got a lot more equipment to buy. If it ever comes up for sale. If not, we'll just have to keep on leasing. But I think the farm is doing rather well money-wise. We're bringing in the cash. Cash flow seems to be really good. And all that means is slowly we'll expand and get the equipment. Silage sure helps out. We're bringing in like 300 grand a year from just selling silage. I should have enough fertilizer to get the big grass field done. Let's stay out of our soybeans. Although I am going to turn on the spreader just to I want to try something. Soybeans don't require fertilizer in precision farming, but what I'm trying to do here a little bit, it's kind of like weeds in the grass field to help out my scoring. If I don't fertilize the soybeans, when I go to harvest it next time, I get a 0 score on fertilizer. So what I'm trying to do is the same thing as I do in grass field with weeds. Every time we plant a grass field, it says, well, you know, you got to take care of the weeds in the field. It's like, well, there are no weeds, so I got to go in there and spray just for a second. So all I'm really trying to do is make the field think I'm putting fertilizer on, and my precision farming scoring will go on up. That's all I'm trying to do there. We didn't actually use any fertilizer, but the scoring chart may see it as we did. One thing I need to do in this field at the end of the year is I need to re-drill it, apparently. I thought I did it the first year that we bought it, but apparently not. Because it's sitting at a score of 50 for drilling, for tillage. So I need to re-drill it. The question is, what do I want to re-drill it with? I think it's all going to come down to is what we do with our money when fall comes. Because I may buy more land. I could buy the other grass field. And I'd rather have, you know, keep that field down there as grass and convert this over to something else. Just because that way our two grass fields would be together. When I'm bringing the grass from this field on down to the silo bunker, I kind of got to go around, depends on the season, if I got crops on, I got to go around that field. It's a little bit more of a journey. So, you know, putting a different crop at here may be good. And just keep the other grass, I think the other grass field might be bigger as well. So that means we'll get more grass and silage, which means more money. That field's not that expensive. Well, I say that now. In the beginning, it was expensive. But now, you know, when you got $430,000 in the bank account, it's not that expensive. I think it's just under $200,000. I think it's $180, something like that. If I remember, I got to really stretch out my working width here, because I can get this field done in 3 passes if I do it right, and I don't think I did. Really wasn't paying attention on the first pass. Yeah, so after once we get done planting these American elm trees, I don't have nothing else to do in in June either, other than make sure the animals are all set, make sure they got space for everything. So we can move right into the month of July, and we might have something to harvest. Did I plant barley anywhere? I'm trying to remember if I did. I think I did. Barley might be ready for harvest in July. If not, then we might be skipping right over to August. Just take it as it comes this year. We're kind of in cruise mode at this point. Alright, that is both grass fields, alfalfa, and clover field all set and fertilized. And that should be ready actually next month, right? Yeah, because this grass technically is ready for harvest, but we wait for the highest growth, just because I don't want to be cutting grass 4 times a year. 3 times a year is enough. And that's one thing I'm liking about Oceanside Forest, which is the new series, by the way, if you haven't noticed. I won't be doing any grass work whatsoever on Oceanside Forest. I don't mind doing grass work, but it's the amount of times you do it. You want to pick that up, please? Thank you. Let's bring this back to the farm. Grab our shovel. Start planting some American elm trees, please. Alright, let's make my life just a little bit easier. I'm going to bring the pallet of trees right on over to our shovel. Hopefully I can remember how to do this. I think I was picking up the trees out of the pallets were a little bit difficult. Well, I probably should, while I got the Massey Ferguson here, also move the eggs as well. Let's turn the beacons off, turn that off. Let's bring up the helper HUD, because I'm going to need that. Take equipment, which is the shovel. And then... remove from pallet is this click here. I can only carry 10 trees at a time. Let's put the... Nope, not the chainsaw. Put the shovel away. Yeah, let's go ahead and let me just give the chickens a tree or two. And you may be saying, they got trees here. I'm probably going to be cutting those down. Shovel. This is going to be a big elm tree, right? Let's go ahead and put one right here. Okay, so there's one. I think, also one right here. Man, there's 2 trees done. Nothing around here, I don't think, currently. Of course, we can always plant more trees in the future, but I just want to get some started. No, you know, one right here wouldn't be too bad. Definitely not one here. You know, let's go ahead and put one actually a little bit of ways from the silo. Yeah, let's go ahead and put one right here. All right. I'm so eager with the chainsaw, apparently. I want to plant and cut. So just random trees anywhere up here. I could actually do some down by the cows, but that won't be on this pallet. I think we'll just plant these around here. Let's see. We got until like October, so July, August. So we got 4 months for them to at least get a little bit of height on them. And yeah, we'll have some beautiful orange and red leaves around here. Fall is my favorite time of year. I said that many times, but in case you haven't heard before, I love fall. Nice crisp air. I don't like too much what follows after fall, though. I'm not not a big fan of winter anymore. And trees are important at the top of a hill. The roots kind of keep the soil together so you don't get mudslides. We don't want that. Not that I would fear mudslides around here in Goldcrest Valley. All right, out of trees. Let me go grab the other 10. So we got canola growing here. Yeah, I really kind of forgot the crop rotation, what we had and where. It happens. Oh, so you gotta have the shovel in your hand to take the trees out. Ah. Alright, so you can't take the trees out unless you got the shovel in your hand. Do I want a tree? You know what? Do I want a tree here? I think so. There we go. Definitely don't want... I thought about putting a tree there, but these trees can get kind of big. And I don't think I want a tree here, because I may put other things here in the future. But a tree, like right here, wouldn't be too bad, I think. Maybe one here. And let me go scatter the rest of... I think I got like 7 more to plant. I'm going to put them somewhere around. Actually, you know what? One right here would be, I think, good as well. I know I cut down trees here before, but originally I thought I was going to farm around this rock, but yeah, that's probably not the best idea. I don't think I own this property, or do I? No, I don't have access to this land. Alright, so the rest of them will have to go over here on the hill. Yeah, the crop rotation in this field is not the greatest, 95%. Don't want to forget about the sheep. So here we are, giving the sheep some shade. And that is all 20 trees planted. And that is me done with work for the month of June. I don't have nothing else to do other than take care of the animals, which should be pretty much all set. I am going to go down and take care of the eggs here in just a second. And I may, when I come up here to take care of the water for the sheep, I'll move the wool around as well. Let's see, do they need any food? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They do need some food. Do the sheep. The chickens, I think they're good for another month. And the cattle, the beef cattle, are all looking just fine. Let's teleport to the Massey Ferguson. Actually, you know what? They're doing fine on eggs. They got another row that they can spawn. Let me go ahead and put the fertilizer spreader away. Yeah, I guess back where I got it from is going to be the best spot. Going to have to start sorting out some of this stuff here in the future. Alright, we got to move the wool around up at the sheep, I'm sure. I didn't check on that, but I'm almost certain they're almost full. And we'll move the pallets of wool and, of course, give them some wonderful, wonderful clover or alfalfa hay, whatever is first. I don't know the order that it's in, but we'll just grab some and give it to them. Yep, they got a full row of wool. Let's narrow up the tongs a little bit. So all I want to do, really, is just push them over to here. And that's good enough for now. Alright, widen up the tongs again. And we'll feed them the small bales, because that's from last year. And this is what I was mentioning before in last episode. Kind of tight up here with the amount of space I got between the shed and the sheep, but it's working. Massey Ferguson's almost the right size for it. You guys took all of those. Okay. How much more do you need, if any? That's good for now. They are just fine. So, at this point, I will see you at 8 o'clock in the evening. Well, I almost forgot about something. It's not quite July. It will be here very shortly. You can see me grabbing the grain trailer. Soybeans. Soybeans should be sold in July according to the stock market page, but currently soybeans are going for a really, really good price, and I had to bring them over to the train station. So we'll be taking the train and selling our crop there. So I'm going to bring in about $30,000 for soybeans at least. It's going to take a couple trailers though. Let's see here. Soybean. Oh, anything for sale in the store? Okay, so we got a auger, and that is for putting your grain. Well, you can do multiple things with it, but if you got a silo that doesn't have a auger in it, you would unload in here and unload to the grain to the top of the silo, or you can load seed into a seed drill. What do we got here? A slurry tanker. Okay, not really what we're looking for. Load number 1 of soybeans. So got to go over by the sheep, dump that into the the train silo, rent the train, and then bring the train on over to Maplefield, I think it's called. Maplefield Grains. We did it before, but at least now I know how to do it. I tried driving over there before to sell the grain. I don't know. I may have tried it before. I don't know if I could, if you were to drive over there in a tractor and trailer and drive on the railroad tracks, could I just unload that way? I might be able to. I know I've tried it before. I just don't remember the outcome. May have to try that in the future. Not today, though. Not today. This is where the 9RT probably would be better hauling the grain around, but it just doesn't seem right to do so. I don't know. This doesn't seem like I should be using that tractor to haul this amount of grain around. Okay, so the money should not go up. This is just going into the silo for the train. Alright, so we're all good. So I got about another 10,000 liters or so. Yeah, so if we go in here, of course it's only showing this amount now because that's what I got left in storage. Now it's going, it doesn't count the grain that you got in a trailer, but in a silo you can see the money going back up. Yeah, so we should be getting over $40,000 when it's all said and done. Let me go get the rest of the grain out of our silo and bring it on down here. Then we'll rent the train and we'll go sell some soybeans. 6,200 liters is what we had left. Oh, there goes the train I need. I probably should have rented it when I brought the first load down. That way it would have been ready to go once I brought this load down. But, you know, I don't always think in the right process, as we know. So, it's okay. Train won't be too far out. It's not like on other maps where the trains actually leave the map and go to a different quote-unquote map. Kind of like on Silver Run where I forgot where that train went. I know it went to a previous map that Giants released. Let's go ahead and park this right here on the side of the road. Let's make sure we get the right train. Well, technically, we look at the map, it's the left train, but I want to get the correct train, is what I want to say. Let me bring up the helper HUD here. It should be right here at the corner-ish. Oh, I saw it. There it is. Alright, it's coming. It's coming fast. 700 meters on out. And it should be coming from that direction there. I don't think it would back up. Should be, yeah, there it is. I was going to say, should be coming around the corner any moment now. Let's see if I can jump onto the train when it whizzes by. Alright, it's not going that fast anymore, but... Okay, so I guess it really does stop there. Alright, so we're on the second cart. That would be good. And 30,000 liters of soybeans, please. No steering wheel required. I'm not going to try to steer it like I did last time. Going to be shy of just of $500,000 in the bank account here very shortly. I could bring the crop there as well, I think, and put it into that silo if I wanted to, but I never really know where the crop's going to need to be sold at. And I don't know if I can take the crop back out once it's in there. I haven't looked at that. Other than putting it into a train. Now the money's going on up. All right, not too bad. 43 and change. I'm going to ride the train on back. That way I don't have that far of a walk to get back to my tractor. But yeah, now it's just a couple more hours, 6 o'clock in the evening. I'll see you, as you know, at 8 o'clock now. And we'll check the store one more time, go to bed, wake up in July, look at the store like we always do. And then we know the grass fields will be ready, so we'll have that to do, but that'll be for next episode. And I may, like always, try to do most of the grass work off camera and bring it back for the tail end. But we need to get to that month first of all, so I'll see you in just a bit. Well, I did just check the store page, and there is a auger wagon that's in there for sugar beet. It's actually a sugar beet cutter. Not getting into that, don't think, so nothing really interesting there. Let's go ahead and call it an evening. And hopefully the sun is out. No rain in the forecast. No, everything's looking good. Just fine and dandy. We can see the canola is really starting to ripen on up. Other than the grass fields, as we know, do I have any fields? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. That is wheat. No, that is oats. So we got oats to harvest. And that should be it, right? Just oats and grass. So plenty of work to do. Let's just have a quick look at the store. And a couple things disappeared. Nothing new has come up. So maybe during the day something will. So yeah, grass work. I'll have to lease the grass mowers as usual. And that'll be pretty much it. Harvesting. The one thing that we will be using is my baler, which is up at the sheep maybe. I'll probably have a worker following behind me. The one thing that it will do, though, is because when it's dropping a bale, it can't pick up the straw at the same time, so it'll probably miss sections, but it'll get most of it done. And we want the straw bales for the cows, and also easier to pick up as well. But it'll get most of the work done, and I'll also have to go around and clean up the little bit messes later on. But it's time to harvest some oats and get the grass into the silo bunker. Not much of a rush there because the price is at its lowest now. From here until the end of the year, like always, the prices start going up, so not really a rush to get it on in because we won't be selling it until later on anyways. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Goldcrest Valley, but until then, have a good one. Saplings didn't do anything, but that was kind of expected.